right, here we go. We're going to get started with our class. So make sure you do have some space around you. Make sure you have your long and short bands nearby. And once again, something to anchor on, whether that's a door or something nearby that's sturdy. So starting with the warm-up, let's place our arms out wide and let's start to cross our arms in the middle. At the same time, it would be good to walk out the feet. Try to draw the shoulder blades together, bring the arms out wide. And let's go high and low into opposite directions. Excellent. And let's start to roll the shoulders forwards. Perfect. Going backwards. Going into full arm swings up and back. And the opposite way. Perfect. Moving to the hips, drawing a large circle with hips. And then starting to go the other way. And we're going to rotate and reach up, so body stays up tall. One arm in front, one arm in behind. We're going to switch sides every few seconds. Allow the body to twist and reach. And good. Perfect. Let's go to the knees next, forward and back with our knees. Draw a circle to the side. And the other side. We'll go down and outwards with the knees. Opposite way. Going into a wider stance where I point the toes out, bend through the knees. Front rotation, so dropping across and then back up tall. Making a large circle, or you can also do a smaller circle. Great, one more. And the opposite way. Nice, one more time. Full circle, keeping the back flat, keeping eyes forward. And up to the top here, we will take our ankle and wrist and draw a circle with roll. Great, the other way. The other side. And the other way. Like that. We're going to place our hand on our hip as we reach up and over to the side. Hold in the position for a second or two before we switch sides. And really pushing into our hip as we reach over. One more switch. Great. Standing feet more together. We will bring one arm up and one leg up on opposite sides. Keeping our legs straight. Working that coordination and balance. Perfect. A few more times. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay. We will be starting off with this smaller looped band. And we're going to be placing this around our wrists to begin. So once we have that around the wrists, I'd like you to create some tension on the band, and you are just going to simply push the arms out in front of you as far as you can. Bring it back in, and then you're going to push up towards the ceiling, back down to chest level. So pushing straight up in front, maintaining that tension on the band, back in, pushing up high above the head, maintaining that tension. If you want to challenge yourself a little more, you can also hold kind of a partial squat stance here as well, getting a little bit of leg work in there as well. Breathing out as you push the band out, breathing in, breathing out. Nice, there we go. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, reaching high. You should feel a nice burn through the shoulders, working the rotator cuff muscles as you maintain that tension. If you're in this stance as well, you may feel that nice burn through the legs. Take your time, not going too quickly with this one. Extending the arms as much as you can. We have 4 more. 3. Almost there. 2. And 1. Perfect. Okay, we're going to keep the bands around the wrists here. We're going to go to a wall. Hopefully you have kind of a little wall space nearby. So we have the bands with tension on our wrists still. We're going to be pressing our hands out at a 45-degree angle, directly out to the side, and then downwards at a 45-degree angle. So it should look like this against the wall. 1, 2, and 3. Always resetting in the middle, keeping some tightness on the band. Reach, reach, and reach. Against the wall. 1, 2, 3. The farther that you reach, the more tension you create, the more difficult that's going to be on your shoulders. We're just working one side. I will let you know when to switch sides. Breathe out as we bring that arm out wide. So every time you are breathing out. Should feel that nice burn through the shoulder. Going in those 3 different directions, almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. You can roll the shoulders out a little bit before we start the second side. Back up against the wall, tension on the band, reaching high, reaching across, reaching lower. Maintaining some tension on the band. And making sure there's some control with this as well, so it's not just in quickly. You're controlling it in both directions. Get a nice burn through the shoulder. Do the best you can. We're almost there. Last 3, 2, and 1. You can release. Perfect. We're going to be done with that small band for now. We will be using a longer resistance band now. So, got an extra small band now. So with the band here, if you do have something to anchor on, like a door or chair or table or something, now is your chance to hook onto that. We're going to create some tension on the band. And all we're going to do is reciprocate our row. So we're going to allow one arm to extend, one arm to bend, and we're just going to alternate sides, drawing our elbow to the wall behind us, keeping a nice upright posture. One side pulls back, releases, and then the other side pulls back. If you don't have something to anchor on, I would step one foot on the band, create some tension on the band, hinge over, and you're going to pull and pull. 1 and 2. Still drawing the shoulder blade towards the midline as you're pulling back, reciprocating sides to work that coordination, keeping a nice tall back. Pretend there's a string that is pulling you, keeping your body elongated. And I'd like you to try to hold at the end for a full second to really feel those shoulder blade muscles working every time. Breathe out as you pull back. Breathe in as you release. Nice. Looking good, everyone. Really draw the shoulder blade towards the middle. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Perfect. If you are hooked onto something, you can still keep your band hooked on. Now, we are going to create tension on the band. Again, arms are outstretched in front of us. We are pulling the band out wide, holding for a full second, releasing the arms back in front. drawing out wide, holding for a second, back out in front. If you are without something to anchor on, you're going to step one foot on the band. Once again, similar position where we're hinging over, keeping the back tall. Pull the bands out wide, draw your shoulder blades together again, release back and front. Breathe out, breathe in. Arms are staying quite straight for this one. We want to really draw the arms out wide as nice as we can. Feel the shoulder blades come together. Feel the backs of the shoulders working as we keep our body up tall. And if you do find that quite difficult, you can definitely step in a little closer, make a little less tension on the band. And working your best control. So whether you are pulling out or bringing the bands closer together, you are going quite slow. Controlling that movement. Nice, everyone. 4. Take your time now. 3. Making sure your neck muscles are not shrugging up. 2. Last one. And release. Perfect. Okay. Moving on. Keep your bands hooked on something if they are. You're going to grab both ends of the band with both hands. Create some tension on the band so you feel like you're being pulled towards whatever you're stuck on. And now you're going to either push the band directly out in front of you, in and out, breathing out as you push out, breathing in as you pull in. Or if you want a little more difficulty, you're going to draw a large circle in front of you, fully extending the arms, drawing in, drawing out. Like you're stirring a cauldron. Making sure that you don't lose the tension fully, so you want to create that tightness so it is tight throughout that whole range of motion, challenging you. If you don't have something to hook yourself onto, you could do something like this as well, where you have your foot as the anchor, you have the hands out in front of you, and you're still drawing that circle. Or you can do that push in and out. This is going to work the shoulders a little more if you're doing it this way, but you will still get some core work. Taking your time with this, breathing out, holding at the end for a second. Or if you are doing that cauldron stir, taking your time, making that full circle. Breathe out as you push the band out. If you want to, you can reverse directions as well. If your shoulders are burning out, feel free to loosen them up a bit and then get back into it. Thanks everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. If you are hooked onto something, now is your chance to face the opposite way. Setting yourself up on the other side, creating tension on the band, pushing out in front of you, or drawing that circle. Controlling the movement, breathing out. If you did not have an anchor, you can continue with that same one here, maybe around the other foot this time. Extending out, drawing that full circle. And if you did find your shoulders were starting to burn out, just reduce the tension a little more, keeping the arms a little lower. Breathing out, drawing that full circle. You can switch directions now if you want to as well. So our core is actively working to prevent us from punching over or being turned towards the anchor spot. Feeling a nice burn through the shoulders. You're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Okay. Loosening up the shoulders a bit before we move on to some of these leg exercises here. So we're going to be using the long band for some squats here, so a little different today. If you want this difficulty, you can step 1 foot on the band. You can bring your bands up to about shoulder height. I'm kind of resting them on my shoulders here. I'm getting into a proper squat position, so my feet are about shoulder width, my toes are a little pointing out. I'm keeping my chest up. I'm going into a squat, and then I'm pushing back up tall, making sure that the hips come back, the chest stays up, pushing up tall. And only go as low as you feel comfortable with. You might do kind of a partial squat if you're not so comfortable with that, or you might go a little lower, pushing up. If you do want more resistance as well, you could step both feet on the bands, and you can now get a little more resistance as you squat. Or if you're finding, this is just a little too difficult in general, you can just do some squats without the band. Just remembering that hinge, taking that deep breath in, breathing out as we push the hips forward. Breathing in, breathing out. Taking your time, making sure, if you can, to pause at the bottom for a second. Thanks everyone. 4 more. 3. Good. 2. And that's 1 more. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to be using the long bands for this next exercise as well. I would recommend that you get your back to a wall if possible, hooking the band around the bottom of your foot. And what we're going to do for this one is to bring our knee up. You're going to kick the leg out against the resistance of the band, bring the knee back in, kicking out. And it could be kind of more of a low kick or a stomp, or you can kick a little bit more farther and straight out. Whatever one works a little better for you, depending on your hip flexor endurance. And you can definitely increase the tension quite a bit if you want, to make it harder to kick against the band. Using your quad, extending the leg fully. If you are finding that is pretty difficult with the band, feel free to do this without the band as well. You're just simply extending and kicking that leg out. Or maybe you're kind of stomping more towards the ground. Fully straightening the legs, toes are pointing up. And if you do find your hip is burning out a bit, feel free to release it in between. But if possible, you're getting that little bit of extra resistance as you kick through the band. Thanks everyone. Breathe out as you kick. Hold at the end for a second. Feel the quad muscles activate. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Shake the legs out a bit before we switch sides here. So once again, getting yourself up against something to help with the balance. Other foot has the band wrapped around. We are kicking and extending, releasing. And once again, could be a little lower, could be a little higher. Adjust the difficulty or the tension based on how difficult you want it for yourself. The goal is to fully extend the leg as you breathe out. Perfect. Doing great. Nice control, nice balance. And feel free to release the leg if you find that hip is starting to fatigue. We're going to try a few more. Keep it going. 3. Keep breathing. 2. 1. And release. Perfect. Shaking the legs out before we move on to this next one here. We're going to be using this longer band again. We're going to step 1 foot on the band, You're going to pin the band against the wall. You're going to bring your knee up, and what I'd like you to do is kick the leg behind you, release back. Kick, release. My knee comes all the way up, I kick all the way back. So I'm kicking somebody behind me. You can definitely do this without the band as well, where you're just simply kicking the leg back, bringing the knee up, holding at the end for a second. And it can be a little lower if you need it to be. And you have that band available if you do want resistance as you kick back. Pinning the band against the wall, keeping the body tall, kicking, releasing. Kick, release. Breathe out as you kick. Feel the glutes work. Feeling some hamstring activation. Take your time as you hold out for a second. There we go. Nice, everyone. 4, 3, fully extend that leg. 2, and 1. Great. Releasing. Shaking the legs out. We are ready to switch sides, so hooking the band around your other foot this time. Pinning against the wall, leaning slightly forward into the wall. Bring the knee up. Kick the leg back. Release in front. Kick. Release. Trying your best to extend the leg and the hip as much as you can. Needing to feel the glutes activate. Breathing out as you pick the leg up. So ideally with this, you get that nice hip extension without any arching through the back. We don't need to arch at all. And you can definitely work your balance if you want to on this. Breathe out every time. Feel the glutes activate as you kick. 5, 4, 3, 2, you're almost there. And 1. Nice. Okay. Awesome, everyone. Okay, that's looking good. We're going to move on. So, shake yourself out a bit before we move on to some of these Tabata exercises. So, for the next one here, I'll give you guys a few options. What we're going to look at for this one is basically knee coming up. At the same time, we're going to kind of twist the body and punch. Back to the middle, knee up, twist, punch. So it's going to look kind of like that. Knee, punch. If you do have any difficulties kind of bringing the knee up, you could also kind of curl the leg in behind as an alternative. But once we have that rhythm and that coordination of this down, you can start to go a little quicker. So 20 seconds of this at your fastest speed, and we're going to take a 10-second rest. We'll do 4 rounds of that. So here we go. Body up tall, hands are up in a punching position. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Punch, twist, punch, twist. Working some coordination. And once you get a little better at it, starting to speed up a little more. Allow the body to twist. Eyes will remain forward. Torso is twisting. And it could be a smaller kind of shuffle, or you can bring the knees up quite high, fully extending the punches. 3, 2, 1, and release. Perfect. For these 10 seconds, we're just going to keep ourselves moving, focus on the breathing. Awesome. Okay, round 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Lift, punch. Lift, punch. Whatever knee is lifting, that's the side we are punching to. Working that coordination, working that balance. Breathe out with every rep. Keep your body up tall. You got it. Nice. Nice, everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Perfect. So we should feel that nice core burn as we rotate and punch. All right, here we go. Round 3. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Fully extend the punches, putting some energy into them. There we go. Nice. Nice coordination. Looking good. Keep breathing. Keep the legs moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Awesome. We're going to do one more of those, and we're going to switch it up. Looking good so far, everyone. All right. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Punch, lift. Or you can do that punch and curl in behind. A little bit slower for this one. It's still good. Driving that punch all the way across. There we go. Keep pushing. Keep the speed up. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Excellent. Okay. Moving on to the next technique here. If you need to hold on to something, definitely okay for this one. We're basically going to hold onto the wall. We're going to lift an arm, lift a leg, hold for one, not holding a second. We're actually going a little quicker for this one. We're going to speed it up, lifting for just a half second. And if you did want to challenge yourself more, we are going to work without holding on to something. Lifting the arms, lifting that leg, feel the glute muscles activate. Ready? 3, 2, 1, lift. Lift. Nice and quick on this one. We're trying to keep our body slightly leaned forward so that we're not extending the back bunch. Nice. Working that balance. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Excellent. If you were holding on to something, now is your chance to face the other way and lift the other side. Otherwise, we are switching legs in the air here. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. Lift, reach. Lift, reach. Diving forward. Nice, everyone. Keeping the speed up on this. Very good. Keeping that pace nice and consistent. Opening up through the hip as we lift that leg up and behind. Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Shake it out. Keep yourself moving. Good so far. If you want to give yourself a little bit of a different challenge on this next round, you can alternate sides every time. If you want to challenge yourself a little more. Here we go. Round 3. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And give you guys a side view as well. Nice. There we go. Keep the core tight, breathing out as we lift the arms and the leg. You want to keep that back nice and straight. Work that balance, work the coordination. Awesome. 3, 2, 1, release. Awesome. We're going to do one more. If you're on the wall, you're going to switch sides again. If you're in the air, you can also switch sides, or you can work both sides like I am. Here we go. Last one. Do your best. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Quickly as you got for this one. Awesome. Keep breathing. Keep moving. Activate the glutes. Should feel the hips working. Keep it going. A little more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Okay, nice push everyone. You're going to keep yourself moving. We're going to go right into our dynamic stretching cool down. So starting to cross the arms again, keeping your feet moving. Deep breaths in and out. Great, high and low. Excellent. And start to roll the shoulders forwards. Bring the shoulders back. Awesome. Full swing, reaching high. The opposite way. Bring the arms straight out wide. Start to rotate side to side. Arms will loosen up at the same time here. Nice. Moving to the hips, draw a large circle. Other way. Heading over to a wall or a chair or something nearby. You're just going to swing the leg forward and back. Keeping the body up tall, swinging with momentum. Great. Other side. Nice big swing, loosening through the hip. Facing the other way. Make sure you have room beside you. You're going to swing that leg off to the side. Perfect. And the other side. Excellent. Facing forward again. Let's go back down to our knees. Forward and back. Good. Dry circle to the side. Still focusing on our breathing. Other way. And then we will go down and out. Awesome. Other way. Good. Back into our trunk rotation. We have the toes pointing out, knees are bent. Draw low, across, back up tall. Breathing out as you cross the middle. Let's go one more. And switch. Very good. One more time, full rotation. At the top, we will take our hands, we will start to swing them out wide. Take a deep breath in. At the top, hold the breath, slightly stretching back. Then we're going to take a deep breath out. Cross the arms and lifting back up high. Deep breath in. Stretching up and slightly back. Deep breath out. Once again, breathing in. Reaching high. Breathing out. Once more. Deep breath in. Holding and breathing out. Awesome. Going to start to rotate the body to reach up and across. One hand high, one hand low. There we go. 2 more times. Great. One more, getting a good rotation and stretch. Perfect. Facing forward, dropping the chin, starting to roll the neck. Side to side, looking over the shoulders. Very good. We're going to look up and down. We're going to look forward and bring the ear through the shoulder. Pressing through the upper strap, feeling a good stretch. One more for both sides. Excellent. Placing the hand on the hip once again, reaching up high, over to the side, reaching a little further than last time. Breathing out as you reach over. Nice. And release. Awesome. Let's give everyone a round of applause for today. You guys did awesome. Thanks for joining once again.